asteroid-headed, Jupiter-crawling, Saturn-ring fugitive from a one-moon planet.
Uncle Martin. Careful. There's an Earthman present.
I'm sorry, Tim. Just got the better of me. He's down there again.
Well, who's down there? Oh, Detective Brennan.
Just the mention of his name rubs me the wrong way.
Oh? What's the matter? Is he, cutting in your time with Mrs. Brown?
That 10-star Sherlock?
Uh-huh.
Oh, come on, Tim. You should know by now that a Martian is too adult to be jealous. That is an earthly emotion.
Oh, well, then let's use an earthly expression. How come he is bugging you?
Very simple. Brennan is jealous.
Oh, you mean he thinks that you and Mrs. Brown...
Exactly. And that only makes him over-attentive and more obnoxious. Suppose in a weak moment she actually agreed to marry him. Imagine having that overbearing, super suspicious public eye living right down there. Just 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago, I couldn't stand it. I saw him and I couldn't stand it. I had to hurry in here to let off some steam.
Yeah, he is hard to take.
He's harder to get rid of. Yeah!
Easy, Uncle Martin. Take it easy. That looks like steam.
I said I came in here to let off steam, didn't I?
But real steam?
What did you expect? Chicken soup?
That is incredible. I mean, to really be able to blow off steam when you're angry.
No more incredible than Earthmen producing drops of water on their skins when they're warm. Besides, you probably will never witness the steam phenomenon again, since its release is stabilized by emotions.
I think something went wrong. There goes your hot water boiler again.
That shouldn't have happened.
This is wild. You know, an evening with you could break up a bad chest cold.
Of course. The heavier Earth atmosphere caused my steam pressure to build up higher than normal. It has created an imbalance of my emotional perceptor threshold. Now, any minor irritation may cause me to let off steam. And with that snooping detective constantly on the premises...
Yeah, and he's no dope. Got a great idea. All we do, put you in bed. Tell her when you have something contagious.
Bed? No, my mind would still be active. I have to be doing something to keep busy, but still emotionally serene, till my perceptors stabilize.
Yoo-hoo, Martin! Are you home?
Hello, Mrs. Brown.
Oh, Martin, last week you were so sweet and offered to help paint the house. And I was just wondering which you preferred, a brush or a roller.
I don't really think that Uncle Martin is going to be able to get...
The brush, Mrs. Brown. I think it would be more personal.
All righty, brush. I'm getting the paint this afternoon, so we can start tomorrow. Bye.
You are going to start painting a house?
Yes.
Uncle Martin, if you don't mind my saying so, I think that the steam pressure is starting to cook your marbles.
House painting, Tim, is a perfect therapy for me. Just the gentle monotony that I need.
Oh, that's just great. If you like climbing ladders.
Ladders? Mm-hmm. Who's going to climb ladders?
Well, it's pretty hard to get to the second floor without one.
Maybe for your Earth house painters, but not for me.
Isn't that tricky? You're going to levitate a brush right in front of Mrs. Brown.
No, I'll send her off on an errand, and by the time she returns...
The house will be painted?
Finger painted. Even on your Earth. A well-known mental therapy. Mrs. Brown, you should have gotten a little thinner.
Oh, Martin, even if it's true, I don't think it's very nice for you to say.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I meant paint thinner. A special type for this paint. Unfortunately, the only store that sells it is on the far side of town.
Well, I asked the man for everything I'd need, but, well, if you say so. Oh, look who's here, Detective Brennan.
She asked him, too.
Oh. Well, with him around, that means, hey, that means you won't be able to use your, you'll have to use a brush, just like anyone else.
Worse. Just listening to that chicken inspector cackling, I'll never stabilize. It'll be steam, steam, steam.
Oh, well, hello, Bill.
Laurely, good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Oh, my. Wasn't that nice of Bill to give up his day off to help us paint?
Brennan, glad you could join us.
I doubt it. Your lip didn't curl up at the left corner.
My what didn't what?
As a professional observer with a sharp eye for the seemingly trivial detail, I have noted that when you are genuinely happy, even if you don't say so, your lip curls up at the left corner.
When have you ever seen me so happy?
Anytime I leave. I glance back, and there's that curl at the corner.
Oh, isn't that clever? Oh, I've got to run down to the paint store for that thinner.
Thinner? For what?
For the paint. You see, Martin said that...
Oh, that was your first mistake listening to amateurs. Your second mistake was not reading the label. Thin with water, clean brushes under the faucet.
Excuse me.
Uncle Martin, you feeling all right?
I wouldn't say my lip is curling at the left corner.
Making any progress, O'Hara?
Yoo-hoo! Cool drinks, boys! Oh, you're doing a beautiful job, Bill. Oh, and you too, Martin.
Worked my way through a postgraduate course at Columbia Law, painting for another gracious lady. Guess who?
Must we?
The Statue of Liberty. Painted her twice.
Oh, think of that.
Brennan, hasn't anything ordinary ever happened to you?
Only meeting you, O'Hara. Delicious punch, Laurely. Well, shall we? The paintbrush won't do the job by itself. Ho, ho, ho.
That would be a ridiculous wish, wouldn't it?
Oh, dear, he shouldn't try to paint that. It's too high.
Brennan, that's out of your reach. I wouldn't do that if I were you.
O'Hara, you are not I. Things are only out of one's reach when one hasn't the strength of character to go after them.
He's going after it, and he's going to get it.
What do you mean, Martin?
Just that.
Oh, my goodness, what is it?
I think Tom Sawyer overstretched himself and strained something.
It's my back.
Oh, dear, does it hurt terribly?
Not if I stay perfectly still.
Martin, help him. We can't just leave the poor man up there like that.
Yes, I guess we'd better do something because he doesn't do anything for the front of the house. All right, Tim, come on, help me. Get over it. Over on that side. Let's see if we can get him down from this ladder. Easy. Let's get over that side, Tim. Now move it down. Let's get over here toward the stairs.
No,
Come on. I don't go down the stairs.
No. Oh, we'll never get him down the steps. Oh, Tim, do you think we could possibly take him in and set him down on your bed?
Well, I suppose there's no reason we can't.
Well, at least none to speak of. Yeah. All right. Okay, Tim, come on. All right, Tim, back up, Tim, back up. Turn him around. All right, Tim, get back there. Stand by the door. You there? Okay, get him.
It's an old football injury.
The one you got at the Rose Bowl, no doubt.
Did you see that game?
There's nothing serious, but you must stay absolutely still right where you are until this thing passes.
Here?
Oh, well, don't worry, Bill. I'm sure that Martin and Tim don't mind a bit, do you?
No!
Now, provided he stays put, this thing should pass just as suddenly as it came. In an hour. Or a day. And possibly 2 days. Even could take a week. Now, he gets one pill now and one after each meal. And if this thing hasn't passed in a month, please let me know.
A month!
Fascinating, isn't it? It's the new advanced Martian mathematics.
Oh? I didn't even dig the old Earth one.
The principle is simple. Like all steam, the pressures within me were created by sudden rises in temperature.
You mean you were really getting hot under the collar?
Exactly. You've heard the expression, he's reaching his boiling point? Well, mine is 500 degrees centigrade, and I'm running at about 498 right now. The only method for counteracting this is by the sudden introduction of extreme cold. About 300 degrees below zero. Into my right ear.
And I thought my ears got cold when I went skiing.
I'll have to borrow a few odds and ends plus the use of your refrigerator.
My refrigerator? It hardly keeps the milk cold.
With a little inverse compression, I could cycle it down to 1,000 below zero and run the low-grade current into my left ear. And I'd better start tomorrow. If I continue to steam at my present rate through dehydration, my body will soon have the consistency of a soda cracker.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Yes. As a matter of fact, there is one problem I can't handle alone.
Brennan?
Lieutenant Brennan to you.
That's what I'm going to do. I can't have Mrs. Brown running in and out playing Florence Nightingale to that counterfeit constable. I'll depend on you to keep her out of the way while I set things up.
I'd be glad to. But, what about Brennan?
Tim, as much as I hate to go that far, I'll have to take care of him. All right. Yes, that should convert very easily. But, Tim, I'll need about 2 or 3 hours of privacy.
Oh, well, I thought maybe we'd give Mrs. Brown a story like, well, your birthday was coming up, and I'd like her to go down and help me pick out a gift for you.
Very good. And if you have any trouble stalling her, I suggest you leave the store by way of ladies' dresses. Today is bargain day.
Uncle Martin, we want to stall her just for a couple of hours, not till next Tuesday.
Well, our patient should be awake by now. I'll steel myself and take this into him.
Yeah, well, just be careful. Don't lose your head. With his ego, anybody could get steamed up.
Okay. Good morning, Detective Brennan. Or should I say, Poopsie, is you feeling better?
Mr. O'Hara, I will flatter you and say I would have said the same thing if our positions were reversed, and I wish they were. Where's Laurelie?
She had to leave. Today I'll be your nana.
I see. So you brought me coffee.
It's strong, but it won't bite. Or are you one of those who thinks everyone else's coffee tastes like poison?
Poison? Well, no, of course not. Why should I think a thing like that? But, suppose I don't want coffee.
Brennan, today you better take what I give you because that's all you're getting. What's coming to you?
Murder may pass unpunished for a time, but tardy justice will o'ertake the crime. Lieutenant Brennan, put me through to Marvin, please.
Lieutenant Gallagher.
Hello, Marvin.
Oh, hi, Bill.
Listen, my back is fine now, but I'm not coming in yet. I think I'm onto something big. I've been lying in bed trying to stop a murder. Mine. Oh, it's nothing to be excited about. But here's something that is interesting. The would-be murderer, realizing that I was too clever to be taken in by tainted coffee, is now planning
To electrocute you.
You know how I excelled in higher math at Harvard. You do? Oh. Well, if I can't make sense of his calculations, there's only one thing they can be. Code. At first, I thought it was simple jealousy. But now I realize the man is obviously trying to cover up some sinister plot he's terrified I'll discover.
Maybe you'll need help.
Au contraire. This is my baby. The suspect is in a highly emotional state. And if I can irritate him enough, I think I can get him to make a slip. Of course, I'll continue putting on a sick act. Did you know I was president of the dramatic club at Harvard? Oh, you did? Well, I'll be checking in.
Your lunch, Brennan. The cooking will meet with your approval, I'm sure.
I wish I were.
Lieutenant, I have nothing but admiration for a good policeman, which should give you some idea of what I think of you.
Harry, you should be thrilled to have this opportunity. After all, the only way one grows is by associating with one's better. Oh, by the way, I like my steak cut up nice and small. And, incidentally, do you have any reading material? You know, something like spy stories with codes and things?
Why don't you stick to detective stories? You might learn something.
Harry, things are difficult enough. Hanging in bed can be quite boring. Why, this morning, just to amuse myself, I was working on a problem in electronics. I don't suppose you know anything about electricity and wiring and things like that.
Brennan, I have been patient. I have been trying to keep from losing control. But one more remark from you and I'll be forced to forget that I'm a human being and that you are not.
Please, O'Hara, you're raising your voice. And shouting is only a weak mind trying to show how strong it is.
Have we been away long enough? I took Mrs. Brown past the bargain counter. I almost had to buy back my own jacket.
I'm sorry, Tim. You're going to have to keep her away a while longer. If I don't put myself through the process immediately, you're going to come home and find a soda cracker. That cardboard cutout should keep Brennan thinking I'm out there while I'm in here.
Wait a minute. I still don't know what it is, but I'm positive he's up to something. And if my knowledge of psychology is correct, he's about ready to crack and spill the beans. No, he can't hear me. He's sound asleep.
Come on, I got her to stay downtown. just look at you. Well, that's my fault.
A strange new development, Marvin. I'll call you back.
I should have made you move out. Just look at you. You're all steamed out. You're a cracker. My poor dehydrated uncle. You're a cracker. Would you like a glass of water? Anything? Want to take a swim?
Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, E equals MC squared.
You can use your back.
Not only my back, I can use my handcuffs.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No, you don't want to go in there. No, he's busy right now. He's terribly occupied. He's cooking.
Yes? Cooking up what?
I hate to be obvious, but what's going on here?
What's going on?
Did you say, what's going on? Well,
Yeah?
I'll be glad to tell you, Lieutenant Brennan.
And I'll be glad to listen. And I want the truth.
Very well. It all started because of the steam that was coming out of my ears.
Uncle Martin.
Let him talk.
As I said, the steam was coming out of my ears because I was getting an accumulation of aggravation. And since I don't want to become a soda cracker, I am forced to put 300 degrees of cold into one ear and 2,000 amps of electricity into the other, keeping myself properly grounded. All I'm really trying to do is stay well and healthy, so that when the time comes, I'll be able to get into my spaceship and go back to Mars.
That's the truth.
My word of honor.
I believe you. This uncle of yours,
Yes?
he needs help. He really believes what he told me. The rest cure doesn't bring him around. We have a very capable psychiatrist who works with the department. And if you like, I might even find time to have a few private sessions with him. I majored in abnormal psychology, you know.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Take my word. It's quite serious.
I understand.
Good. And good luck.
Quick, pull that switch. I haven't much time.
Say when?
When? I guess so. I feel completely depressurized.
Well, I mean, I thought there was supposed to be, you know, some kind of an explosion or at least a little blinding light.
Tim, don't you see? The pressure was gone before you pulled that switch.
How come?
It was the sheer pleasure of putting something over on that dime detective. It's very simple. Some people get heartburn. I had Brennan.
Hey, you're not even using your finger.
No, Tim, I feel so rejuvenated. Vitamins could take me.
That's great. Things could be different, you know. I mean, that was some gamble you took, telling Brennan the truth.
I was not gambling. A gamble implies a chance to lose.
Oh? But how could you be sure that he'd believe you?
Tim, Brennan is a man who thinks he knows people's minds. And that's the difference between us. Thinking you know and knowing you know. Besides, it just goes to prove, honesty is the best policy.